Hello there, this is Reece Russell, and you're watching the Weekly Steelchair.
It's my life in the box in front of me. Let me talk in my arms, it's the soul of me. You walk by, ask to see me laying face down.
Hello everybody, how are you doing? Are you happy? Are you chill? Would you like a thrill? Or would you like me to ring the bell? Do you want to know the time? My watch tells me it's... Interesting that Abel's got to waste an explosion, but isn't SmackDown on right now? Hold on. Let me just get confirmation. I have the right person for the job.
We do not care.
We do not care. We do not care. We do not care. We do not care. We do not care. We do not care. We do not care.
Because none of us care. I mean, I'm not watching it. Let me get this straight. Mia Yim, who does absolutely fuck all, and I've got respect for Mia Yim. Mia Yim, who does literally fuck all, just beat plastic NXT titties in 3 seconds. Here's a top tip. See if you want to progress in professional wrestling, don't go to NXT. Because see if you've got a natural body, they're going to tell you, by the way, we're going to write you off for 8 months and you're going to go and get plastic surgery. Don't believe me? Go and look at that talent roster. Because nobody's looking at Tiffany Stratton after before she got the work done. Check. Kiana James apparently had the work on it. Check. Tell me when I'm telling lies. Cora Jade. And then signed off again. She's too good in the wrong place. She's earned a shot at Julia's US title. For what? Some random episode of SmackDown because Julia can't get on pay-per-view. Oh, did I say that out loud? Ouch. Sorry, Julia. I won't pay reparation fees. But what I will pay is... When I think of the women's division in WWE, I feel like now is the appropriate time to do this. could be worse. I mean, see, when I look at some of their careers, imagine the fact that all you've got is this. Their countdown to irrelevancy. What's up, Reece? Can't say today. I'm getting new Wi-Fi and cable set up real soon, but hopefully I can make it back before you're done. No problem, man. I had the same issue, as you know, recently, but look at the connection since then. We've been dominating the scenes. You know what, actually, just see for the sake of it, let's go and check some news. Will we check the news? Yeah, let's check the news. I've seen today as well, just for absolute humor, that one of the guys who convinced the American firm to buy Rangers have actually decided, please sack Russell Martin and get Jose Mourinho. I've never felt so smilish in my life. In quite some time. But yes, let's have a look at news. And if you guys have got any wrestling news you want to discuss, drop it in the chat. I know Catherine's got plenty of news, like how she's going to get her hands on Wag Christ. Where's Josiah when you need him? Ladies and gentlemen, Pro Wrestling Noah might have honestly produced they actually might have booked my match of the year. I'm not even kidding. I am not even kidding. New Japan are actually in full swing now, so for next month, they have planned Zack Sabre Jr. versus Ren Narita. The winner of that will face Takeshita for the world title at the King of Pro Wrestling. And after that, you've got more tournaments to come. Like, they are in full swing now, like the Tag League and all that. But Pro Wrestling Noah are about to do the N1 tournament, which is their version of the G1. But Hiromu Takahashi's got a title shot for the GHC Junior Heavyweight title. I mean, fucking sign me up. Sign me up. Let me drop that. Let's see if we can find some more news. As we go, as we find more news, we'll put it along. Someone asked a question. Do you think SmackDown is dead? And then someone quoted that saying, clown show. Lol. That's when you know things are gone. Stephanie McMahon's actually got Surfshark. That says a lot, don't you think? I'm actually concerned now. The fact that Stephanie McMahon is actually telling people to get a VPN. Like, if that doesn't say a lot, then I don't know what you should think. That woman is clearly insane. Yeah, she's encouraging them to go for it, yeah. What says Catherine shared a post? Oh, yeah. I heard about that. Raja Jackson's actually got indie bookings. I'm really confused about him. What's up, Roy Sheen? Like, I'm really confused about what the intention is. Like, I really don't know. But that's got me puzzled. Like, so much for people being against him, eh? I had to, unfortunately, edit yesterday's stream because some people just don't like the fact that we used a great song. So I had to remove it. Oh my god. Nah, oh god almighty. Abel, to everyone in the chat, if you haven't watched SmackDown so far, that moron Cena actually apologized to the kid that he did his promo on the last time he was in Belgium. God almighty. Let's see. Chode has announced the birth of his second child. Okay, who cares? SmackDown's US title match. You've got the women's tag team titles. You got Melo Dom Miz, which is embarrassing, versus the Street Profits, and you've got Cena appearing, which he's obviously apologized for a load of bollocks. Oh, come on, Roy Sheen. You know he's a moron. Let's see what else has been said. There's been a conversation with WWE with Chris Jericho returning to the company, and among a lot of talent too. The belief is Jericho has made overtures to see where the company is interested in him after his deal with AEW expires. He's really branching out despite being under contract. Hello, mate. You've got a job. Rhea Ripley via Sports Bible. Rhea Ripley says Candice LeRae is the most underrated woman. The most underrated talent in WWE. Okay. I forgot we've got Clash. All right. Okay. So actually, this really does say a lot. So Stephanie Vaquer's match for the World Championship will be after Clash, which we knew about. But where the fuck are you going? Oi! No. You stay away from my football shirts. I've never liked John Cena or Roy Sheen. It's nothing new to me. I've not liked I've seriously not liked the guy in years. Like, I've got no interest in him. I actually think the last time I even cared about Cena was maybe 2003. If I'm being really genuine. Vaquer should honestly just have the championship match on Sunday. Bella, no. Down. Nightmare. Roman Reigns promo, obviously from the other day, is just pathetic. We question Jey Uso because he's an absolute melon. Okay, Mercedes Mini names her Mount Rushmore of women's wrestlers. She says Manami Toyoa. Okay, that's reasonable. Trish Stratus, herself, and Timeless Tony Storm. Cena has now got 9 appearances. Abel's never liked him either. There's 9 appearances left for him. Okay, here's one for you guys. We haven't covered this yet, but this was on SportsCenter. So Levesque has said that time will tell when it comes to 2-night pay-per-views. It'll be something we see over time. Time will tell. It's really for us about super serving our fans and making them happy. If you're going to make your fans happy, can you stop overpricing them and actually produce good wrestling content then? Oh, I said that out loud, didn't I? For context, that's it right there. And sadly, we will have to deal with Pat McAfee at WrestlePalooza. Yep, 999. Let's see what else is on here. That's the whole. It will come eventually for Jericho. If they are genuinely saving Vaquer's title match, like if they have to wait until WrestlePalooza, then it's ridiculous. There's no reason not to have her on the show. NBC they've got Saturday Night's Main Event on Peacock going forward. Whoop-de-doo. Nothing exciting there. Chester Frankie Jr., you got your admin wings. Yeah, he's flying. He's soaring. Red Bull gives you wings. That was terrible. I admit that was terrible. I'm sorry. But let me just do a quick check on SmackDown. Let's see how bad SmackDown is doing. You can just search from Twitter, because Twitter will tell me, because it's just funny on here now with people reacting. Let's see. Can't believe you apologized to that weirdo. Oh, great. France are singing Randy Orton's theme song again. I give up. I give up. They're actually gassing it up. Green shirt guy in his alter ego and is literally somebody in the Uncle Howdy costume. You're welcome. French WWE WrestleLamia have actually put a tweet up saying French WWE crowd over every crowd in history. Oh, that's getting quoted. Straight to the point, absolutely not. Oh, brother. I'll show you. Yeah, so there you go, Catherine, to confirm it. Kiana James' first main roster match since her return lasted 6 seconds. Bo Dallas is actually on screen, though. Oh, you're cold-hearted. Are you not interested? Oh, wait, what's this? The whole I know you responded about Raja Jackson. This whole wait, that's something I'm actually confused about. Anthony's actually going to bet us permanently. All right, that's a win. No idea how much though. Like, I really don't know, but it's not going to be much anyway because it's fucking Anthony. Everyone's avoiding SmackDown. Don't worry. I don't pay attention to ringside news at all. What's up, Maria? How are you? Actually, I will have to bring this part up first, just for saying sake. I agree on that, but what I'm about to say might make you question as well the nature of it. I feel like they are considerable point scorers, which is why I don't like them. I don't even know why they're on my fucking screen. But they're saying this. Like, I think everybody already knows this. But they have posted up saying Vince McMahon allegedly engaged in sexual acts with Ashley Massaro in front of WWE talent. I don't even follow these guys. Why are they on my fucking thing? If that indeed is true, that is absolutely disgusting. Oh, Raven will be at the Logan Theatre today, talking about his documentary. Yeah, he should be. It won't happen, unfortunately. That's the sad thing. He's gonna get away with so much shit. But this thing with Raja Jackson. I suppose before we get into the main point of this show, I suppose we should. You know what? I'll ask them more of. I think I'll ask a question first. What is everyone's take on this whole situation? And be honest, you're not going to get booted out of the chat for it. I just want to know what everyone genuinely thinks about the whole situation. Remember, there are also two sides to a story before we just say one person is fully at fault. In Kunku's contract until 2030. Get in. That's a sign. Raja belongs in jail. Okay. I haven't seen the videos. Which doesn't help. Ooh. Dave Meltzer rated TBS 4-way match 3.25 stars from Forbidden Door. It's the lowest rated match from the main card. Wow. I think what people are saying by two sides to a story. The man's he's wildly honest in his own methods. The fact that he rated it that much means he really did not like that fatal 4-way. Raja shouldn't have been taking liberties knowing he's not trained to be in the ring, but at the same time, they shouldn't have booked him to do anything for that same reason. Honestly, I think that's a fair point. And how's there two sides? Basically, what Josiah said is the two sides. He was told, oh, go and get your receipt in. He was told to go and get his receipt. But there's getting receipt and then there's going too far. But what I think is absolutely disgusting is the fact that people have resorted to the racism. That for me is the for fuck's sake moment. Like, why do we obviously have to immediately resort to racism? Like, come on. Bray Wyatt's brother. Legitimate brother. More croissants sold at a live event. That's a record they would probably want to push. You know they would. I never said it was, but it has become that. The minute the videos were posted all over social media, he was getting the consistently pushed racial slurs. And it's fucking disgusting. What's up, James? How you feeling, bud? You feeling better? That's true. But the thing is, though, is the minute the videos were posted, people resorted straight away to those slurs. Like that's even like if you try not to make it about race, they deliberately do it. And the question is why? Is it because your own intellect is stupid enough that you have to go and resort to that shit anyway to prove you're an even bigger dumbass? Like I don't know. I'm just being serious based on the whole situation. I just don't know. I'm feeling better than I was before. I'm not 100%, but you're getting there. At least you're getting there, mate. That's all that matters. I do see where you're coming from, Maria. I'm just saying, like, all the videos that have been posted does show that. Wait, hang on. Sammy Guevara is in double tag action tonight. He's got to defend the trios tags against STP. And then on the main card, he, with a partner of his own choice, will face the Outrunners for the Ring of Honor World Tag Team titles. Okay, then. Daly's Place on October 7th. 1,023 tickets available, 1,300 already distributed. Okay. They were indeed, yeah, they were indeed. Right, 33 years ago today. Bret Hart versus Bulldog at Wembley. Yep, Bret Hart's coming to Glasgow in a few weeks. This is the most pathetic account I've ever seen. It's the most pathetic account I've ever seen. I'm not even joking. Yeah, Bret Bulldog was incredible. My take is that Killer Croc would beat Bane in a falls count anywhere, no DQ match. Well, remember, Bane did smash a wall on Killer Croc and put him in hospital. So technically, Bane beat him in the falls count anywhere. No, I seen some stupid moron on social media actually try to convince Deonna Purrazzo to DM them to help them decide a new gimmick. And this person literally looks like two whales merged together. Maybe that's a bit harsh. 3. Oh, Bainkiller Croc would literally sell out any big stadium. Madison Square Garden, Wembley, Tokyo Dome. I'm not watching SmackDown. I've looked at some of the clips through Twitter and I got better things to do. I would rather watch movies I hate than SmackDown. Last week I done it to be nice. I'm not doing that again. But yeah. Here's the question. We'll do it like a car journey. So wait till the question's over. You're driving down the road. Good speed, relaxed. What's up, Fernando? You're driving down a nice long road, nice and quiet, peace and all around you. You see a road sign coming up, and you can only go left or right. You can't go straight on. It's only left or right. You go left. And you make Dana Bloody Brooke your Knockouts World Champion. Or you go right and you actually make someone competent the champion. Which road do you take? Who do you think is Guevara's mystery partner? I don't know. Honestly, don't know. Even to narrow it down, I can't think of anyone to narrow it down. So Fletch, you would go. Are you saying you would make that? You would make her the champion? Or would you give it to someone competent? Joe Coffey? Possible. I honestly don't know. Wouldn't surprise me if it was someone like Hologram. I genuinely don't know. I'm not Fernando. I'll never be. Yeah, she won it at Heatwave. Masha should have been putting over Indy Hartwell. Or Danny Luna. James gets it. Killer Kelly, I think she had her chance, but I don't think they're getting it now. I don't see that happening now, you know. The hell? What the fuck? Seeing the weird shit. Blake Monroe. Indy and Luna are ready. Danny Luna's literally been in TNA longer than anybody on the roster in consistent periods of time. Killer Kelly's time, she was out for a long time, now she's back. She is not going to be around long enough, in my opinion, to go for it. Like, I don't think she will, truth be told. I think at some point she'll eventually just go, man, I'm done. That's my take on it, but yeah. If I see another NX weirdo win a championship from there, I will absolutely fucking lose my head. Maybe. I don't know. But I hope I don't see it again for a long time, because what is the fucking point? Yeah, but I also feel like Indy Hartwell was getting nothing in WWE as well. They didn't know what they were doing with her. At least Indy can actually do wrestling matches in TNA that make sense. I don't want her to be champion straight away though. Like, let's be real, I want them to take their time. People and their abusive takes. Insane. Jeez. Wow. Yeah, that really was stupid because they really did nothing for them. The Wyatt Six versus Street Profits is now being added to Clash. So we've got 6 matches now on Clash. I'm just seeing what else is out there, but there isn't anything. Joey Ryan has actually blamed cancel culture for wrecking lives after wrestling ban. He's a fiend. It's his own fault. And Booker T says Forbidden Doors gummy bear spot proves he doesn't watch AEW. So let me get this straight. You watched a stupid blindfold match that never works, but that's your problem? What? This is why I don't like Booker T. He really is so one-up himself. He's so full of shit. Yeah, Joey Ryan is that, exactly. But still, like, the absolute bullshit that comes out of Booker T's mouth. He watched a pathetic, shitty blindfold match, and yet he says that. He's meant to be a podcaster as well, like a fair one. Clearly not. Clearly he's corrupt. Clearly he's biased. I bet he wouldn't say that in WCW if he spoke about the fucking big cage match that he was involved in. Oh, I bet he wouldn't talk about that. You wonder why I don't like Booker T? There you go. He's a fucking spanner. The man that goes, when he's meant to be commentating. I was right with Booker T from day one. He might have been a great wrestler back in the day, but ever since he hung up his boots, he's been a right little cunt. Fucking fraud. But let's have some fun. Let's get into it, because we don't need to do a really long show. Tomorrow we might need to, just for the prediction show. At least it's 6 matches of Doom now. Instead of five matches of Doom, but it just means that Maria's now got another match to predict right to retain her championship. But remember, if there's a draw, Maria does retain her one and only draw. But at least after that, she's got nothing until... Ooh, I think it is WrestlePalooza and All Out at the same time. So that'll be a double. So do I, Chester. Did Bret Hart ever wrestle Jericho in WCW? Nope. I don't think he did. Not that I recall, anyway. Like, I don't recall him at all. But we have a lot to get through, so make sure I've got them. Take one little break. 1 second, guys. Oh, it is. Actually, I'll check that now, actually, if we did get that match, because I don't remember seeing it anywhere. Let me have a look. We did get... I know for a fact we did get Chris Benoit, but I don't think he wrestled Chris Jericho. Okay, hold on. Not in WCW. Yeah. Yeah, they worked together, but he never got to wrestle him. Which is honestly dreadful. Yeah. But they did have a match. Oh wait, hold on. No, this is a video game. Never mind. Somebody done a video of Fire Pro Wrestling. They did wrestle, actually. Briefly. They actually were in a tag match in 2010. Which included, obviously, the fucking Nexus crap. Oh dear. Yeah. August 9th, 2010. Okay, let's get through it. Obviously, this is the... I am going to start with TNA just because, obviously, Impact does have... Well, that moment, but obviously... Ring of Honor can go last because... They have a pay-per-view. So they're entitled to go last this time. They did, but then again, like, how can you also pitch ideas when nobody really takes them on board either? Like, that's a sad reality. So, TNA. So TNA this week started with the tag match that was set up from last week. Santana and Macklin versus Francis and Williams. Obviously, it does start with the champion making his entrance. He is, again, this crowd cheers for him, and I'm like, I don't like this crap. This useless clown from NXT who can't wrestle is getting heavy cheers and backed by this crowd, and I'm like, he's meant to be an outsider, and you're backing him. Like, this is a joke. Horrible. But the strength in Santana's entrance really says a lot, which I think is really good. You've got the one true champion of TNA in Steve Macklin in this match against the fraud who holds the world championship. Macklin, heavy clotheslines from Santana, knocks both Francis and Trick Williams outside the ring. Both men engage outside. We get a decent standoff and then back in for more action. Santana's really good at a tornado DDT. Oh, like, I haven't seen a good DDT from anyone in a long time. His is really good. Like, it's incredibly underrated. If I'm being honest, I do think it's an underrated move that he produces. AJ Francis does make the tag. And then leads to Trick Williams. Trick Williams does get a big suplex for a near fall. We then get tag team cut off behavior. Yeah, the only difference is, though, is, to be fair, RVD was also a babyface. They couldn't even get that guy as a heel. Like, it didn't work. I mean, even when the ECW invasion happened in '97, RVD was getting heavy cheers. But Trick Williams, like, he doesn't deserve anyone's praise. He's crap. If the longer he holds that belt, the longer I get worried about things. I just can't. Anyway, Santana does get cut off. The use of the front face lock from Trick Williams to wear him down, deplete his strength is effective. I will say it is effective. It's a good selling point. He does sell it really well. Especially the counter from France when he tries the back suplex. And Santana just does a straight up front flip over him and he's like, see ya. Quick tag in. Macklin comes back, which is good. Macklin just bombs them about, hits an Olympic slam. The big boot. And then we go back to just standard tag team offense from the heels. Again, the world champion using the corner as a strength. We do get a couple of drop kicks and an elbow from Williams and Francis, which is a good tag team movement. Again, it's heavy strikes from them, but that's what they do. Match ends when Williams goes for the trick shot. He does get caught in a roll-up. Again, what is it with the bloody roll-ups nowadays? They're becoming too much. After the match, Santana does try to beat down Williams even more, but he does manage to escape. In the back, we have Cedric Alexander. I'm seeing what Cedric Alexander is doing. Do you guys see what he's doing? He says that he and Leon Slater have learned about the Hardys, like based on what he knows about the Hardys, they could become TNA Tag Team Champions. Leon Slater's not so sure. I can see right through this. I can just see it. You know what's going to happen. They are going to use this as a way to get Cedric to turn heel. It's so obvious. Like, look at the way that he's being used. Like, Leon Slater loves the Hardys. Huge ass fan of the Hardys he is. You can see it when he gets to team up with them. Like, it's that natural fit, that chemistry. It's right there. And I think Cedric is going to use that to his advantage so he can get another shot at the X Division title so he can win as a heel. I just have that suspicion. What do you guys think? Do you agree? If you disagree, that's okay too. Clash in Paris, yeah. It's on Sunday? I believe it's on Sunday. I'm glad everyone actually seems to understand what I'm thinking, though. I really appreciate that, guys. I'm not a Mystic Mac. I'm not trying to think it. I'm just pitching TNA something that might actually be good for TNA. Use that relationship against Leon Slater. Like it is compelling stuff if you do that. Like Leon Slater's heroes are the Hardys. Imagine using the Hardys as a way to get to know Leon Slater even more, and then right when you need it most, you stick the knife right in his back. Take his title. Now, I'm not saying Leon Slater needs to have an amazing record run or needs to have a long run. I'm just saying you could use this to stick a knife in him to see how he reacts. Because he's an excellent wrestler. But this would be character development. Everyone says, oh, character development is just by the writing alone. No, character development is also by reactive emotion. If you can develop that or even show it, that's already better than 80% of the wrestling business alone across the entire wrestling landscape in, say, North America. Because who in general displays emotion really well in a reactionary way? In a reactionary way that's not like it doesn't feel fake. Like it feels like genuine reaction, genuine emotion. Like how many wrestlers could you name in the chat? I'll set that challenge for you guys. Name me as many as you can that you believe displays what I've just said. It's your opinion. I'm not going to say you're right or you're wrong. I just want to see who you think. Because I feel like Cedric Alexander could get that out of Leon Slater. And if he does, Leon Slater becomes an untouchable. And I say that with great faith. Oh, we're back up to 404 subscribers. Thank you. There is no error 404 here. And we're at 50 views. Thank you very much, everybody. We are building something down the sun. And for the record, this woman's not overrated. Never. Thank God it's not WWE, we have to use that. I'm actually wondering who comes in first with the suggestion of names. I'm actually really eager to see what you guys think. Catherine, please tell me you're joking. Please tell me you're joking. Oh dear God. Hold on, I've got a way to react to this. Hold on. I'm sorry for the like how loud this is going to be, but I apologize in advance. But this is what I think of this. Fernando, just to answer your question about why not wait to do the title change, because this is what WWE do when it comes to your thoughts.
We do not
We
care.
do not care. We not care. We do 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 not care.
That is what WWE thinks of what you think. Or if you want a better description, maybe this will do. Nope, not that one. Nope, nope, not that one. I need the right sound. Hmm. Hmm. I wish. But there you go. I'm actually trying to find something very, very appropriate. This is what he genuinely thinks of people like us. This is what their creative thinks. Someone considers thing and nobody. He's on blemish on the rocks buttocks. Literally. I feel bad. I feel bad for everybody that we have to suffer in silence. Speaking of Booker T, I know I went after him earlier on, but this is much better. Here's a throwback. Should have had the full thing in, you traitor. Great one, Maria. Great point. That I really need. I'm not even kidding. We are at a world where we are genuinely underappreciated, undercared for, and we get no damn real respect. If you're a wrestling fan right now and you're watching WWE, you're not a drone, just a general wrestling fan, and you're watching this shit, you are being punished. But if you're a drone, I hope your batteries are charged. Because you're going to be flying for nonsense. But But the fact that they've put the frickin' US title on that fucking sniveling piece of crap called Sami Zayn is the funniest fucking thing on the planet. On behalf of the Weekly Steelchair, this is what we think of Triple H's booking. I'm not being nice anymore when it comes to them. You take your time, pal, alright? There's no rush. And feel better. Tonsillitis is horrible. You take your time. You take your time. Oh. Catherine, for that alone. I need to see what else we've got here. Oh, I've got a few just for that alone. Oh god. Ugh. Who's the booker for TNA? Tommy Screamer. And yeah, Carlos Scrapper. I was genuinely laughing. Only one person has seen me cry in 2025. But yeah, joys, eh? But yeah, the whole. I wouldn't trust Triple H to fucking book a Christmas fair. Yep, Tommy Dreamer. That thing fills enough. That thing could fit the iceberg that still destroyed the Titanic, and it still wouldn't save it. But yeah, the whole thing with Cedric Alexander, I genuinely do think, in the smartest realms, he's not. He's not. They're both as bad as each other. Carlos Silva wants to be on TV and Tommy just doesn't know what he's doing. They're both made for each other. I genuinely can't stand Tommy Dreamer. Honestly, he's a pilchard. There we go. I can leave that in the background. But yeah, I feel like if Cedric Alexander does get to do this, and it might actually give him some purpose. Alright, if you had to pick between the two, fair enough. If I had to pick between the two, I would pick the gun and just shoot them in the knees. Up next we have Eric Young versus Myron Reed. this all obviously stems from last week when Eric Young told Myron Reed that he is expendable from the Rascals, which is cold. There's actually something that he does do on this show that I feel like something's going wrong. I would love to know what this means or what the intention is. But the fan that's in the crowd wearing the ski mask with the sign saying the cleanse is coming, that obviously stems from what happened to Joe Hendry when Eric Young took him out. He said he did it on behalf of the cleanse. What is this meant to mean? Is the cleanse a new faction, or is he going to do a purge? I don't get it. What is it? What does that mean? How long has Trey Miguel gone for? I actually don't know. I actually don't know. But that's a great question. Like I wish I could give you the answer. I honestly don't know. I'll keep these guys on the background just because they're genuine to me. If you're genuine to my channel, I'm genuine to yours, so I'll keep them on the background. But yeah, I really don't know. I'm hoping not for much longer. I'm hoping he'll be back for Bound for Glory. I hope he doesn't miss it. If he misses that show, I swear I'll be gutted. But Eric Young really did get a lot of speed on this. It was really well done. The match does finish with a low blow and then the pile driver. Danny Luna obviously is in a video segment after this. She says she's done being quiet and being passed over. The moron side of TNA now is everything NXT we must announce. So obviously Zaya Brookside representing TNA will take on Candice LeRae in the first round of the next contender for the Speed Women's title, which is now on NXT. If they really put the belt on Zaya Brookside to prove a point, I swear to God. Two seconds, folks. Fernando, you know why. Roy Sheen, it's okay. I'm not gonna rush you to comment on the stream. Even if you can do like a message every 10 minutes, that's okay. As long as you're all right, that's what matters. I am not gonna. I am not gonna demand you to message in this chat. I don't demand anyone to chat at all. Like, the reason why Zaya shouldn't is she is not a NXT talent. You know what I mean? Like, it's just the reality for me. Like, if you want to do it, go and be an NXT talent. Obviously, we do have the moment of Ash by Elegance. She'll be celebrating live in Minneapolis next week. Christ. The Inspiration defeated Fatal Influence in women's tag action, or knockouts versus women's tag action. She was, that's right. NXT UK had so much potential, and then they just decided fuck it. And obviously, the pandemic also happened, but there's so much shit. Eddie Edwards is in. Okay, never mind. Actually, before we do that, lots of injury reports. Indy Hartwell's been cleared, which is good. JDC is out of a head injury. Okay. The Hardys, Leon Slater, and Cedric Alexander are all cleared. Trick Williams called his lawyer. What a douche. Eddie Edwards with the Talking Chipmunk defeated Ryan Nemeth ahead of the return of his brother, of course. He wins with the Boston Knee Party. Oh, not bad, Abo. Not bad. So, Gia Miller obviously did a check-in with Indy Hartwell, who won't back down from Danny Luna. Okay. Santino interrupted to give Hartwell a match with Jody Fritt, because why? Then Danny gets involved, and Hartwell insists Morel add Luna at the match, so it's a triple threat next week. Winner is the number one contender for the Knockouts title. Lovely. Funny. Obviously, there's the clown moment of Joe Hendry versus The Miz at the house show. What they fucking do. And then Joe Hendry got mauled by Eric Young for the cleanse. Tasha Steelz defeated Mara Sad. Oh, well, that's an NXT talent beaten. Love it. Intriguing. Now, he just calling his lawyers to get out of the match. It's just funny. The heavy involvement. It looks like the Hardys have now got their female recruit. They've got Leon Slater. Now they've got Mara Sade, which is interesting. And then, of course, in the main event, we do get the Hardys versus Cedric Alexander and Leon Slater. Matt does get injured again. But there's a lot of injuries on Matt and Jeff. Like they're absolutely ripped apart, body for body. Couple of moves that are really impressive. Obviously, the twist of fate, the twist of slate, the plot twist, and then a twist of slate again. The Swanton 450. No escape. But then we got the twist of fate Swanton bomb combination for the Hardys win. And that was on Alexander. And then both teams hugged out, which is weird. Next week, Impact is live. The matches are Moose versus AJ Francis, Hardys and Mara Sade versus Tasha Steelz, John Sky, and Jason Hutch. The triple threat for the Knockouts title number contender slot. Nick Nemeth returns, and Ash by Elegance gets her unfortunate moment. The bullshit about the main event segment of Trick Williams, he says that he gets to defend his title every 50 days. And before the lawyer stopped him from making it official, which is pathetic. And then he gets laid out by the Cobra. They're laying the build up to Bound for Glory, but it's awful. No, I didn't cry. I was laughing. I just burst out laughing, Abel. That's all it was. Abel, you brought up about Sami Zayn again. That's where I burst out laughing. But we're now on his last call, Train to Laughterville. Headphone warning. I can't always do a headphone warning, but I can do the volume metrics. But yeah, TNA, some positives, some negatives. Next week's live will really determine the nature of the show. But I feel like this week wasn't too bad. Now, Ring of Honor, go home show. Are you drinking Red Bull because you believe it'll give you wings? Nah, I'm just drinking it because it was there. But let's get into Ring of Honor, and then after Ring of Honor, we'll sit about for a little while for some enjoyment. So, this is the Death Before Dishonour Go Home show. Death the halls of your Dishonoured, fa la la la, you're going to fucking get killed. But let's do this. So, it starts with Lance Archer versus Beef. That is true, thank God. 2 seconds, folks. Okay, there we go. Right, anyway, Lance Archer versus Beef. I'm confused. The whole thing about Lance Archer as well, where he is killing the Ring of Honor talent. I don't know if it's the right idea. Yeah, sure. Hold on, let me check. Oh, finally Milano scored a goal. What a shock. Christ. Lol. Jesus. Wow. Wow. That is funny. I agree. Lance, he should be destroying people, but he should be allowed to actually have competitive matches where he can actually win shit. It's real strange. Let this guy actually have competitive wrestling because the guy's great. Like it's close to we are close to seeing the end of him. Yeah, I do feel bad for him this way because I don't understand it. It is real strange, but yeah. There was footage from Rev Pro about for Athena when she was in action. Athena bullying the crowd was incredible. Good Z back Z. What's up, Ashton? She does promise to kick Mina Shirakawa's ass at Death Before Dishonour. Billy Starks then tombstoned Athena's opponent on the Ring of Honor World title. Athena then said the boom needed to set a bigger example, and she and Starks then set up a broken arm when Mina arrived with a kendo stick, and she absolutely battered Billy Starks while she ran. Up next, we do have Taya Valkyrie, accompanied by everybody that she knows, versus Allison Kay. This was quite a decent look from Taya, the way she came out. Like, the jacket was weirdly 90s-esque, if you know who you're talking about. It was really well done. This didn't go long, but it was actually really good. Like, I was really impressed by it. But the match did end with Valkyrie hitting Shania Payne for the win. After the match, Mansoor grabbed the mic. Yeah, I don't blame Yabo. Mansoor grabbed the mic and asked the mutant crowd to give it up for Valkyrie, which did not happen. Mansoor said every wrestler in the back is scared to answer their open challenge, so they will use the remaining time in the broadcast to pose. Ugh. And then we got the Dark Order, which is just not even funny. This is just... I just can't. Horrible. The Maximum Male Models crew actually wins the match. We then get Spanish announced Project Angelico and Serpentico versus Stephen Wolf and Danny O'Ryan. That was good tag wrestling in terms of behavior. It was actually really good. I thought it was enjoyable. There's something about them. They actually do stand out as a group. QTV return next as QT Marshall ran down Paul Hauser. Aaron Soul was hanging out. Harley Cameron was there, and then she just made it absolutely brilliant. And they'll have a fight without honor on the pay-per-view tonight. Yeah, I don't understand that, Zodiac. Everyone's doing it. I don't understand it. Get some rest, Roy Sheen. I hope you feel better. I'm sorry you're not feeling well. I'd rather you be okay and healthy than just watching the stream. It's not right. So I'm sorry you're not feeling well. Yeah, it makes no sense at all, Chester. It makes no sense. Okamura versus Stigma's in action. This is a good match. It was actually a decent match as well. I didn't realize he was still going, Okamura, but he does win with the Tower of London. The World Six-Man titles and the tag titles have been declared vacant. They're all vacant title matches. Okay, Roy Sheen. Well, will do. But if you do feel up for that, you're still more than welcome. El Sky Team, Masco Dorado, Mystical, Neon versus Adam Priest and the Workhorsemen. Priest has really grew into his own, and the fact that he got the main event moment is special. The Clash show. The Clash show. It was certainly one out there to enjoy. He does obviously take he doesn't take the fall, but Mystical does get the win. But Mystical does get the win. He then grabs a mic and then says Viva Mexico before being attacked by a masked luchador, who happens to be MJF. And MJF just absolutely ruins him, and he says he'll never get a shot at his title before stomping off to close the show, even though he actually has got a title shot in September. but that was Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor was actually all right. I think it's got much more stronger wrestling at the moment. It's holding up well. Don't know where it's going though. I hope Death Before Dishonour is good. I suppose for the rest of the show we can do some questions. But yeah, you can get some question time. We'll go until for the next like 15 minutes or so. So if you want to ask some questions, feel free. I think both shows were really strong. Okay, that's a good question. Do you think Triple H needs to be removed as head of creative and W, or just need a new creative team? I think they need both. I think they need both because how can you balance it? I also do wonder though, like who would they like if you were in charge? Like who would you have as the head of creative, and who would be your creative team if you got to make those calls? I would like to know what would you guys do. You would say Shawn Michaels. Okay. Why Shawn Michaels though? Because look at what he's doing with the men's division. It's not working. Or do you think maybe there's strengths that he could have amongst other people? What do you think? Fair enough. I mean, that's fair, Ashton. First to come to mind, that's fair. But look for your entire echelon of wrestling. What would you go for? I'm eager. That's actually got my head. Hmm. You know what? You know what? Actually, hold on. Let me change that to that banner. I think so. When? I don't know. But I think so. Alright, Bleach. I think it's after. I think it has to be at the end. Would a healthy Bret Hart be able to put Brock over just as good as Kurt Angle did? Ooh. I think so. I think so. That's a hard one though. If that match is WrestlePalooza is funny, I don't know why you would wait for something like a Survivor Series or something, you know? Doesn't make any sense. He's up there. Modern winner, yes. All time, I think you would have to say it's. I don't think he is the best all time, but he is the modern winner. Absolutely, he's in the top three. He's definitely up there for me, though. I think you would have to say, like, that likes of Inoki as well is big. It's weird. Like, it is so weird. I just want Brock to do SummerSlam with Butcher and John Cena, then get Undertaker scream rest in peace. That was funny. I want to see Cena put a young talent over like Breaker. I think Breaker might be his last one. A lot of people were predicting Gunther or Drew McIntyre. Head Booker equals me and creative team equals everyone in the chat. I would not put myself in that position. I wouldn't for for quite a few reasons, I would not put myself in that position. I would not put myself in that position because I feel like I would not, even as the head booker, I feel like I would not be given the freedom to actually produce what I feel would be excitable, compelling wrestling televised products. But yeah, I don't think I would be the I don't think I would be your I don't think I'd be the best choice to be your head booker. I wouldn't mind being a writer, but I would have to be somewhere that feels right for me. Did anybody ever try Brock Lesnar's seasoning yet? Huh? I hope so. He hasn't been seen since TNA 1000. If you were running an indie promotion, WWE offered you an ID program, would you accept it? I would say no. I would say no. I think it would be the wrong way for me to just be a promoter because then they'll tell me who can go over and who can't. Decisions would be scrapped. Oh, right then. I didn't realize Brock Lesnar had anything like that, so the answer is no. I didn't know they had a thing like that. Oh, God almighty. Of course he does. Hmm. Hmm. I never knew that was a thing. Who would you choose in your creative team? Hmm. When it comes to booking women, I would have Dutch Mantel. I agree with Dutch Mantel. Um, I would have Raven on my creative team. I would have. I love Raven. He's got a great mind. I would have. I would have. I would have Brian Danielson in my creative. Yeah, I understand why you're saying Cornette. Joey Styles, he would be one of my main creators. You know who actually I would? I'd have Jim Ross on my creative team. Jim Ross. Jim Ross, Dutch Mantel, Raven, Gail Kim, Christopher Daniels, Brian Danielson, and mm, Jeff Jarrett, and Jackie Moore. I don't know who the head booker would be. If I was a head booker, then great. But that would be my team, my whole entire team. And just for extra input, maybe Sting. Nah, I wouldn't have Vince Russo on it. Who would you choose as president of talent relations? Nah, I wouldn't have Shane McMahon at all. My president of talent relations, JR. Yeah, Jim Ross. Paul Heyman as booker. I mean, as long as he's not on TV and the finances are checked, because that's all. That's always used against him. No, I think JR's all right for that. I think JR would be a decent age for it because it's less for him to do, but then he can also find the right successor. I think there's a mannerism that's really strong, and we can see how it goes. Yeah, I would say Jim Ross, but then he could have his own idea in mind. But I don't know who he would. I wonder who he would pick as his follow up, like his replacement. Regal wouldn't be a bad idea. Molly Holly, fair. Brett, I would. Brett would just be my master. Would you have a tournament, a 1 versus 1, or just award the title for your first champion? I would have a ladder match. Regal does have a great mind for it, I agree. Fit Finlay would be on one of my trainers. I wouldn't just give it to anybody though. I think that's the thing. People seem to just get on like 100%. Earl Hebner. I don't know. Nah, you're not the star, mate. Last question, then I'll wrap up. Men's world title, women's world title, men's tag, men and women's mid card titles, and then a TV title for the men. And that's it. And a cruiserweight championship for every show. So 7. And I'll end on that. But let's do that as a show sometime. We can just discuss that. But in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. I'm going to get out of here. And I shall see you tomorrow. Because we got a lot to do tomorrow. So, I'll see you then. Peace, folks. Thanks, Chester. And today, our time comes to an end. This has been another exciting stream. Thank you very much for watching. And also, remember, if you get cracked over the head with a steel chair, you're not going to get concussion. You're just going to come back here. Goodbye.